Hello to you. The Twitter accounts of major figures and companies, including Barack Obama, the Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden, and the Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos, have been hacked in what appears to be a large-scale and coordinated attack. Twitter says officially it is still investigating the issue. In the past half hour, it does appear some users are now able to send tweets again. The accounts of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Uber and the Apple Corporation were also among those affected. As you can see, the account of Barack Obama contains a post asking for Bitcoin and giving back to the community in what is clearly a scam. Other hacked accounts, all verified with a blue tick, displayed similar messages. Let's speak now to Ron Kalember, who's Executive Vice President of Cybersecurity Strategy with the security company Proofpoint in Palo Alto, California right now. Thank you for your time. What do you make of this?
Well, it really does underscore the complexity of the systems we depend on. There are administrative tools on the back end at Twitter that humans have to have access to, and when they get compromised, they can have fairly massive consequences. I suppose we can count ourselves fortunate that the losses here are really only about $100,000 US.
Well, yeah, that's still quite a lot of money to a lot of people, but it could have been a lot more, I guess.
Well, those vulnerabilities, those exploits would have been worth untold numbers to people who could use it for insider trading or disinformation, obviously. But that said, they seem to have been used in a fairly amateurish way, and for that, I suppose we can be thankful. And Twitter did respond quite quickly here.
So what do you think the point of it was?
Well, in this case, there was a very clear desire to commit a very basic form of financial crime. Financial crime actually is quite hard. If you're going to, say, rob a bank or get large numbers of people to do insider trading on your behalf, you have to figure out how to move that money and then hide all of the movements in that money. Bitcoin presents none of those challenges. So if you have this sort of access, but you're not necessarily a sophisticated financial criminal, I suppose this is one of your better options.
These were big names, weren't they? These are verified blue tick accounts. Will a lot of serious people be quite worried about Twitter's security?
Well, they certainly ought to be, and this isn't the first time this has happened. Administrative compromises at Twitter go back a number of years, and we've even seen nation states like Saudi Arabia actually sort of suborn internal Twitter engineers in the pursuit of actually spying on political dissidents. It is really a good time to reflect on just how much we depend on news sources like Twitter and how a lot of that is quite untrustworthy. And I would also mention that things that we think are private, like direct messages on Twitter, really are not private when these sort of attacks can occur. And that's the sort of thing that we can see, sort of a reprise of the 2016 issues in email with social networking platforms.
Ron, with all your experience, what's your best guess about what happened here?
Well, it seems in this case that an administrative tool that can generate a token that represents someone's access, the same token that you would use in a web browser or a mobile app if you were using your own Twitter account, regardless of how you were authenticating to it, seems to have been compromised. We are seeing actually some of the underground forums share screenshots of a tool that looks pretty convincingly like that administrative tool. And that sort of access would be exactly the sort of thing that would allow you to do this across a wide range of Twitter accounts with effectively the same message at effectively the same time.
Ron Kalember of Proofpoint, really interesting to talk to you. Thank you.
My pleasure.